Today we are talking with Travis Jones, one of our calibration technicians here in Pittsburgh.
We are going to cover how Travis got into the field, what stood out early on, and what he's learned so far working alongside the team here at ICS.
Let's get into it.
All right. So if you could just let us know who we're talking with, how long you've been with ICS, and we'll just kind of go from there.
All right. I'm Travis Jones. The newest calibration technician at the time right now. I started mid-October, so a couple months in, and really been enjoying it so far. So,
what attracted you to ICS, or what made you pick up the phone and pursue a career here with ICS?
I was already working in the industry, and I had a friend that was here, and he had told me about some of the procedures that we do at ICS here compared to where I was at with my last place. So I started following you guys on some LinkedIn and some socials and everything, and just waited for the opportunity whenever you guys had a opening and jumped on it as soon as I could. So
here we are. So you were taking advantage of some of those marketing efforts that
100%. Yeah, absolutely. Following along with those, and as soon as I saw the opportunity, jumped on it. So
perfect. Travis, how long have you been in the industry prior to joining ICS?
Prior to ICS, I was about almost a year and a half. So I was with another company, and then saw the smart move would be coming here and jumped on it. So
we're glad to have you. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
So you spent a little bit of time at a different cal lab. If you can remember back to the onboarding process or your first week, first month, what stood out at ICS?
You can see that there's support for the technicians here. We have procedures for almost everything that are accessible to everybody. So, you don't feel like you're kind of in the dark on things. I could always go and ask another technician. I could always go and look on some of our procedures we have here. And all that was presented to me right away in the beginning, that you will have support and you will have processes and procedures.
Excellent. Did you think the onboarding process was laid out in a way that set you up for success in a hurry?
I do feel that way, yeah.
Good.
I mean, they brought me in, had me go through some training modules before I even got my hands on any equipment, kind of set the tone for what they're going to expect from me moving forward. And I like that because now I know what my expectations are, or the expectations are for me, how I can meet those and accomplish those goals with the company.
And a lot of our business is done in the lab. Some of our work is completed outside. Do you kind of go back and forth, or do you spend your time?
Most of my time is currently spent in the lab. I do have some on-sites coming up later in this week, and I've done some on-sites locally for here as well. But I think it's just me getting more experience, and then once I'm ready, they'll be sending me out just as much as these other guys. So.
There you go. A couple months in, the onboarding and the hiring process, we try to eliminate surprises, but some things may go amiss. Has anything jumped off the page to you since you've joined us in the last couple months that you may not have been expecting?
I don't think there was anything that really caught me off guard in a negative fashion. I was kind of caught off guard by how many resources we have here as technicians, how easy it is to look into something. I could find a tool that I've never done before, and I can go in and I can find our procedures for it, and I can follow those along. They're pretty well written. So I think the biggest surprise would have been the support and the resources we have here compared to some of the other places I've been.
That's a good segue. If we're talking about the core values of ICS, you've seen them, you've seen the posters, you've heard us talk about them as a group. What do you think ICS stands for in your own words?
I think the biggest core values that I see in action every day would be integrity, accountability. There's a lot of teamwork here. I can go to any one of these guys if I have a question, and they'll do their best to answer it. And if they can't, they're going to point me to the guy who can answer it, which is that's great for a new guy, We have a commitment to quality here, which you don't always see that at every place, Again, we're accountable for everything we do. If I'm putting my name on something, I want to make sure that it's done right. And I have the support here. If I'm not sure about something, I go ask, and they're going to look into it with just as much intention as I did.
Yeah.
And we're going to make sure that it's done correctly.
That's amazing, because that's what we are, right? That's who we are. So you had a little bit of a leg up by being in the industry for a little bit. What would you relay to someone who hasn't and maybe started at ICS as a greenhorn day one? What would your suggestion be to them?
My advice to them would be do what you do with integrity. And if you're not sure about something, ask. You don't want to start fudging numbers. You want to make sure that everything's accurate. And if you're not getting the numbers that you need to get, we'll have somebody else verify it. And if they can't get them too, then you're probably not doing anything wrong. Sometimes the equipment's just bad. Mm-hmm. So to kind of take that pressure off them, and we're not here to pass everything. We're here to make sure that it's right.
To do it right. And that goes back to the quality that you touched on. A day in the life of Travis. I know it's been a couple months. Explain to us what a normal day any day looks like when you come in. So for instance, this morning, what was the start of your day? What'd you have on your list?
This morning was a little different one because of the interviews, obviously. But typically I come in, first thing I do, I'm friendly. I'm going to go say hi to everybody, see how everybody's morning's going. And then I sit down and I check my queue. If there's nothing in it, then I kind of go check the shelves, see what I could find that I can do. And if there's something that I have never seen or never done before, I'm going to find that piece of equipment and find the guy that could help me learn that process to get that one done as well. So every day is different. Sometimes I'll come in, I'll work on torque or dimensional stuff. Some days that they've recently got me started over in the electronics lab. So keeps it new and fresh every day. Like I'm not coming in and just doing the same thing
Over
every
and
day.
over.
Got a lot of variety. So
One of the gentlemen who's been doing this for 20 some years recently said every day is like a brand new day because there's new equipment coming in all the time. Does any of that worry you? Do you like to take that challenge head on? What's your approach to
it's
something
always
that you're not familiar
fun
with?
to be the first guy to get to try a new piece of equipment. And you know, with Dave and some of the guys here, like they're doing their research to make sure that whenever we do get a new piece of equipment, it's not completely foreign to the lab. They have some kind of idea of what it needs to go through to get its calibration. So that makes it even better. It's not like a new piece of equipment that I'm like, oh God, nobody knows about this thing. Like the research has already been done. We already have an idea of what it is and what needs done to it. So
Kind of set some guidelines for it and direction.
and it's always fun, you know, seeing something new, seeing the latest rollout of whatever manufacturer made and get to mess with it a little bit. So
Have you ever thought about the impact that you have on whether it's a customer or an instrument at any given time? Like a lot of times, you know, you're working with equipment and then it gets sent back to the customer, put back in production, if you will. Have you ever thought about what impact you are having just by keeping that in touch?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we deal with so many different industries. I mean, this could be a part that's going on an airplane or a train or some major piece of safety equipment. So I want to make sure that I'm giving them honest numbers. I don't want anything to come back to me like, hey, you just kind of fudged this one through. I understand the importance of having these instruments calibrated for each industry. I mean, safety is the biggest thing, I feel. If I tell them their torque wrench is good and then they go torque down a bolt on an airplane and the airplane's wing falls off, I didn't do a very good job. That's going to come back to me.
That is an impact you don't want to have, right?
Absolutely. So I want to lean in towards the positive impacts, making sure that they can trust my work and they can see all of the data is right there on the sheet for them if they need to check it in any form. And if they do check it, that they're getting the same numbers I got.
So I'm kind of jumping around here a bit, but if we go back, you've been a part of ICS for a few months. You mentioned resources. Can you kind of hone in on what you're referring to when you say there's a lot of resources here to help you succeed?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a share drive that has procedures for so many pieces of equipment. We have drives with manufacturers' procedures on them. So if I'll come across a piece that I haven't seen or haven't done it with ICS, it might be different than I did it before. I know I can go into that share drive, pull up that procedure. It's well written. It's very easy to follow it out, and be confident with what my results are from that test.
So it's safe to say that between our processes and your team members that you feel pretty confident in coming in each day and then accomplished at the end of the day?
Absolutely. I would definitely say that. I mean, with the procedures that are written out and then as well as the experience of some of these other guys, like you can get the job done and you can get it done correctly without having to pull your hair out and run around like hoping to find the answers. Like they're here. They're all within this lab.
So it's a successful model then. When you made the decision to join ICS, I imagine you had your career in thought, right? You're not just taking another job for a year or two. What do you envision for, you're pretty young, so retirement's down the road. What do you see yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What are your goals personally?
Well, being with a growing company, I'm the kind of guy that likes to grow with a company. There's still a lot of stuff. I'm looking around this lab right now at all this vision equipment. Like that's something I haven't even touched yet. There's so many more directions and paths that I could take. I've just been kind of starting with what I know best, but I'm looking to branch out. And with all the equipment we do, the quality that we do things with, and the fact that we're a growing company, I could see myself in 10 years, maybe being able to run these calibrations with a scope, maybe like a team lead type of position, something like that would be the ideal, kind of landing spot in a few years. So,
and if you go back to our values as a company, we think highly of promoting from within, right? We want to see all of our employees take the next step as long as they have a desire to and have the ambition and drive. And it sounds like that's something that you definitely have and hold tight.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to come in and I don't want to just stay at, the beginning level. I want to improve with the company and move up. And the more I can learn, the more I can do for you guys and the more that we're doing for our customers.
Yeah, it's a two-way street, right?
Absolutely.
You offer the company, we offer you as a employee to do better. To do more, not better, right?
Not better, more.
Better, more. We always want to do better. Right?
Always want to do better. Always want to do more. So.
Yep. Have you been a part, I know it's only been a few months, but the word solutions that's in our title, oftentimes we do more than just calibrate some type of instrument and get it back in working order. Have you been a part of any solution that we've provided to a customer yet?
As far as solutions, I mean, the previous company I did, if your torque wrench would fail, it just failed. So here, we're not going to just fail it. We're going to let you know what pieces we could put in it to make that thing get back up and working again. And I've learned how to actually repair some equipment that in my prior job, there was no repair for. It was like pass, fail, and that was it. So here, just learning within the first like few weeks, I learned how to completely tear apart a torque wrench down to nothing, put it all back together, find the parts that they need if they need new parts, and then link that all, send it to our team here, and then they reach out to the customer and say, like, what step do you want to take from here? So
is that a little bit different approach than your past?
Oh, 100%.
Was it mainly just calibration, not prepare?
There was there wasn't real
solutions.
It was calibrate basically to a pass fail. And then if it failed, even if it's repairable, that's not what we're doing. Here at ICS, we repair things, which helps you understand the equipment you're working with more whenever you're taking it apart. Like there's times now whenever I see a torque wrench and I'm like, oh, it's acting kind of funny. Like I know I don't have to rip it all the way apart. I know I could just, clean this one part of it and it'll probably work a little better. So I see that with a lot of other stuff too. Like, again, it's not just pass fail. Like we're trying to keep your equipment in your rotation. We're trying to improve it. And if it's broken, we're going to let you know what it's going to take to fix it. And if that's going to be a viable, option for you guys. So.
In an odd way, that type of thing is what connects us to our customers. If we have a unit of theirs and now we need to get back in touch with them and say, hey, this is what you're facing. Do you want us to repair it? Do you want to replace it? That all is part of our approach in building a relationship. And a lot of that's done in front of the customer, right? So on site. And I know you're getting into that now. Have you had a chance yet to speak directly to any of our customers?
I have not. I called a guy one time. There was a note on the work order. It said, if this isn't due, call us and let us know. And they sent in something about 4 months early. So that was the only the only customer talk.
What's coming?
So far,
yeah. And our technicians are in front of our customers even more than our sales team.
Yeah.
So it gives you a chance to build those relationships and provide more solutions, if you will. As a new hire, we'll still kind of call you that, right?
That's fine. Yeah.
What kind of person is someone who has the ability to thrive here and to grow like you want to do? What type of person does that take?
I think you have to be willing to experiment. I mean, that's kind of part of our job. Sometimes you just got to try to figure it out. But if you are somebody with integrity and you're going to write down the answers as you've gotten the numbers, and if you're not sure, you're going to be willing to go out and ask a question to somebody. You can't be intimidated by like not knowing. Like nobody knows everything in this industry. You're going to have to get help at some point. So I would say be open-minded, be honest, and be accountable, and you should do fine here.
If we were to focus a little bit on the lab, because you've got to spend some good time in here, behind the scenes in the lab environment, could you explain what that's like? Whether it's a day, because I've been in here on occasions where there may be 1 or 2 folks, and then sometimes there may be 6 or 8. And what is it like in the day of a lab?
Well, we have, each guy kind of has like their own disciplines. Like we'll have Vinny or Kirk, if they're in the lab, they're typically over here by these, vision machines and everything like that. You got Doug, he'll be hanging out in the dimensional room, keeping everybody laughing, having a good time. But a lot of it's just guys staying busy. A lot of interaction, making sure that, if I have a failing point, I go and I ask somebody else to verify it for me. And then we all kind of work together on that piece for the time being. Is as good as it's bad. So there's a lot of camaraderie, a lot of teamwork with everybody in here, and the culture's great. I mean, everybody keeps it light and fun. Like everybody's easy to get along with here. So.
We spend a lot of time with each other, so we might as well try to enjoy it
absolutely
as much as possible, right? And laughing's okay. We get the work done. We can still have fun.
Have a little bit
around.
Of fun, yeah. Make your day go a little quicker,
For sure. If you had to describe why you do what you do, what would that sound like? Or who you do it for?
I mean, at this point, it's like everybody. Like I said, I could be testing a part that's going on in an airplane. So like that's safety for everybody in the sky, everybody on the ground, everybody at the airport. But the reason I like this job is I get to see a ton of different equipment. I get to see brand new equipment, and then I get to go through and evaluate it in a way that like, is this good? Is this bad? Which I just enjoy doing that. I get to, what guy doesn't like playing with a ton of tools? You know what
Exactly.
I mean? So I get to come in and I get to see a bunch of new tools, and I get to, use them in a more in-depth way than like just grabbing a caliper and measuring one thing. Like I'm actually going through calibrating. If there's issues, I'm taking them apart, putting everything back together in a better way, making everything better for the customer when we return it. So
excellent. Providing the solutions.
Absolutely.
So we've talked a little bit about your personal side and your ambitions and your goals as a a member of ICS. What do you see ICS looking like in a few years, or what do you anticipate that as a company? How do you envision this business? Whether do you see it growing? Do you see it staying complacent?
I see ICS growing. I know we are moving to a new location soon, but with all of the equipment we have and the way we're constantly staying on top of what new equipment is coming out on everybody, like I see us just evolving as technology evolves and going, farther than we are right now to just keep all these industries safe and make sure that all their equipment's working properly. So
Yep.
I do think that we're going in the right direction here.
Cool. You mentioned a little bit about the new building. Is there an excitement in the air, whether it's yourself or the team?
Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody's excited to kind of,
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't a small lab, but there could be a little bit more room. So I think everybody's excited. Who isn't excited to move into a new location? You
Yep.
know what I mean?
New
So,
shiny object.
absolutely. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to see how the new lab, I don't even know where it's at yet, but eventually I'm going to get to see it and see everything, how it's laid out. And I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, excellent. It won't be easy to make that move, but it'll take.
Yeah, the move's going to
our
be
small
difficult.
army, it'll
with
take
all this
us,
stuff.
right? Yeah.
It's going to be more than one U-Haul van for sure.
I want to try to end up with a funny question for everybody. So,
All right. I'll try to give you a good answer.
Travis, this has been a great interview. Is there anything that you want to just say in closing, or anything that you want the audience to hear about ICS or yourself?
I would say if you're looking for a job where you have attention to details, you want to hold yourself accountable, and you want to grow with a fun team, we're probably a good spot for you.
Place to be.
Yeah, we're the place to be. Yeah, we're fun guys.
Excellent. If we were to have a bracket style arm wrestling contest today, where would you finish?
Me? Oh, man. I would be low. Have you seen the pythons on Jacob out there?
Maybe we'll try that one of these days for a little funny team bonding event.
Yeah, put me in the, I'll be like the 16. I'll be like the low seed. I'll be the underdog.
Underdog.
Yeah.
There you go.
People
That's
might
cool
cheer
too.
for me then, but yeah, the chance of me winning much, I wouldn't put too much money on it. Give them good odds. Maybe they'll throw a buck on me.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate this.
All done?
Great job.
Thanks. Awesome. Went pretty well.
Okay, good.